is the rate at which you improve at something when you try. You're a really talented person, you improve a lot for every hour of practice. If you are a less talented person, you improve only a very little bit with every hour of practice. There is no shame or fear, I think, in acknowledging that we may be more talented at some things than others. I'm pretty talented at psychology. When I started my PhD at age 32, I was pregnant with my second daughter. I was still nursing the first. And when I would read a psychology article, I, of course, knew nothing. I didn't know the vocabulary. I didn't know where to start. But when I would read about motivation, about beliefs, about mindsets, about practice, I ascended a learning curve relatively steeply. But I'm very, very untalented when it comes to history, when it comes to politics, current events. Terrible. I teach the Wharton School of Business, and every year I have to ask my students again. I'm like, wait, remind me what a hedge fund is. Just one more time. Tell me what, and how is it different from private equity? I'll write it down this time. And then the next year I have to ask again. I'm not very good at learning some things, but I am very agile at learning others. And I think that's really the heart of what we mean when we say like somebody's innately talented, right? That somebody's gifted at basketball or gifted at soccer or gifted at math or anything else. It is not what you would love it to be, but it's not that bad. You're like, I'm not the smartest kid in this room.
Yep.
I'm not the fastest learner in this room. But you can say, as so many people that I have studied, so many women, so many men, you will not outwork me. Like, give me a chance. I am going to stay on this treadmill. Very appropriately, the Harvard University study of, there's this longitudinal study. I know you've had Robert Waldinger on. It's, broadly, it's part of that work. They literally put their participants, they were all men. This was an old study. And at the time, they decided that only men were worthy of study, but they would literally put them on a treadmill. They called it the treadmill test. And they get off when you want to, but see how long you can stay on. And of course, they make it really fast. And so it's really hard. And it's really challenging. So there are a lot of people who are like, okay, I may not be the most talented, but put me on that treadmill and watch what I can do, because I will not give up, because I will try harder. So I do think there is this separation that you don't have to have a PhD to understand between talent, the rate at which you get better at something when you try, and effort, which is, okay, how hard and how long are you going to try?
So what do you think the mix is? So when you look at somebody who's successful, who has both the talent, so there's a level to which they get better at something, or they were naturally predisposed to something, versus the effort and hard work put in, what do you think?
So I think effort counts twice. Sure, talent counts, but I think effort counts twice. To me, skill is kind of barren unless you apply it, right? So what are you going to do with your skill? Well, you need effort to sort of unlock your skill and turn it into actual achievement. And so when you write it all down, and if you want, there's math behind it. But to me, of course, talent figures into the equation. But effort counts twice, because one, it unlocks that talent and turns it into skill. And two, it unlocks that skill and turns it into actual tangible achievement.